I want to share with you why we started our foster care process and what it looks like to start foster care and get involved. So here we go. Ross and I, my husband, we got involved in foster care because we just heard a lot about it from different people. I actually got to talk to a younger boy that was, he was like 11, so I guess you could say younger, and it could be a lot of different ages. And I just got to learn more from him, and then just other people that are doing kinship, and yeah. So when we started the process, we are going through a private agency here in Ohio. And one thing that we didn't know for the longest time, well, I actually didn't know much at all about foster care, and neither did my husband. And we just learned that you can have your own boundaries while doing foster care. Like, you can choose what ages, and you can say yes or no when they call you. And that's just something we never knew. We didn't even know much at all about foster care until it just kept coming up, and I kept hearing from other people. And so anyways, so we prayed about it, and we thought about it for a long time. We forgot about it for a while. We prayed about it again, and God confirmed that to us personally that it was the right direction for us. So we're so excited for this journey, and it's gonna be a lot of ups and downs, but just so rewarding. And yeah, so we're really excited right now. We just got our license October October 4th, 2018. And we actually, we started classes in March of 2018, and they went till about May, and we went twice a week for a few hours in the evening on a weekday night, 2 weekday nights, and we learned so much there. We had a great instructor. We had a pretty big size class, and we just it just got more personal to us there. We just learned so much, and we became more excited, and I became pretty nervous, but after a while I relaxed a bit. And yeah, I would love to hear anybody's questions. Please leave a comment. If you have any questions for me, I'll answer them. I'm just doing this channel to let everybody know more about foster care, and just I think it's really cool to learn from other people's experiences, and to just know what foster care is about, and what it looks like in the day in the day of foster care. That doesn't make sense. What it looks like in a day for foster parents. I like to watch those videos. I'm not a foster parent yet. We are waiting for our first placement, but this is our waiting process for our placement. So I thought I would share our first experiences. And one thing I was really nervous about at first was just, are we gonna pass, all of the different things that all the different steps that we have to climb to get our license. And I thought about making videos during our process, but I thought, well, what if for some reason the door closes and it doesn't end up working out? But now that we have our license, I decided, okay, well, let me share our experience, and we're officially licensed, and we waited quite a while to get our license. Our home study was July 31st, 2018, and this year, and we got our license again October 4th. So one reason it took so long is I used to live in Wisconsin, and we currently live in Ohio, and they had to do my background check. And Wisconsin has a different system than most states. on how to get the background check. They go through the counties, and most states go through the state, I believe. And so we had to wait to hear back from the state, which they took about 60 days. And then we had to talk to the county. And originally it would have even taken longer, but I kind of helped the process while we were visiting Wisconsin, and was able to work something out and get it a little sooner. So that is a very, very rare case, but it just happened to work out. We're very thankful we have our license now, and we are doing 0 to 2, but we will accept placements that might be a bit older. That's just our preferences and our comfort zone. I used to be a daycare teacher and work with 0 to 2 children. So yeah, we are so excited. And I just want to share this process with everybody. Any questions? I know not everybody is meant to do foster care, but if you are feeling called to do foster care, I would love to help if I can. Help you know any information that I might know now. I'm still learning myself. But yeah, I just want to share and bring awareness to foster care and adoption through foster care. And so if you guys have any questions, again, just let me know. And let's see, we'll rewind a little bit. At the beginning of our process, we went through our classes, and then after our classes, we waited a couple weeks to get our 4th packet for paperwork. We had 3 packets before that. And then I think the 4th packet was the last one. But each packet had quite a few things that we needed to fill out. One big thing that we had to fill out, I think it wasn't really considered a packet. It was a 50-question paper that you have to fill out. Like 50 questions that we each had to answer. Like I had my own and my husband had his own. And they just asked everything, like about your life and how you do things and your family. And so yeah, that was a big process that took us quite a while to do. We filled it out, like, I don't know how many nights we spent filling it out. It was a lot. So we did that, and then for packet 3, we had our fire inspection. And our fire inspection, that was a big thing. That was like a really big thing. And it was even bigger than I thought it was, because I feel like it was almost bigger than our home study, which I thought the home study would be like the biggest thing. But the fire inspection, he checks more, I think, or there's more things that like I didn't know about than the home study. The home study is like, okay, make sure your house is clean, safe, do the checklist for the home study. But for the fire inspection, it's like we went in the basement and he looked at all the wiring to make sure there were no like live wires, or any of that kind of stuff. And that's stuff that I don't even know about. Like I didn't even think to look down there for those things. We went in parts of the basement that I've never been in. We live in an old house, and I don't really do much in the basement except for laundry. So that was an experience. It was really cool to learn from him, and he explained a lot of things to me. And there was something that our landlord had to fix, but we passed, and yeah, so it was great. It went well. And everything was rewired, thank God. So anyways, and then after the fire inspection, or he also checked like, let's see, what did he check? Well, obviously our fire detectors, our smoke alarms, for that we had a fire extinguisher, which we had just bought a new one, because there was an old one, but it was expired. So we just bought a new one at Walmart, just a regular small one. So, and then I just made sure my house was really clean, and yeah, I mean, I think that was about it. He was really nice. We talked, and he shared some tips for me. And our house, like, we're on the first level, but the back of the house, like, we're on a little bit of a hill. So the back of the house is like the very front is the first level, and as you go down, it like the ground goes down. So where the kids' room is, it's like 1.5 levels, stories, I guess. And so I was like, oh no, we have to get a fire ladder because we're not in the first level anymore. And how are they going to get out if if we're in there and the doors has to be closed, or the door is closed and we can't get out into the kitchen, because the kitchen's right outside the door and we need to get out the window. Well, we won't be able to just climb and jump. So we need a fire ladder. Well, come to find out, we didn't even need that fire ladder, but we still have it. We kept it because I still think that if we're in there and there's a fire, I'm going to use the fire ladder. Even if the firefighters come and can get us out, it's just, if they don't come, like if they're not here right away and we have the fire ladder, we can just get out through the fire ladder. So we keep that next to the window. And I will plan on doing a nursery room tour. It's nursery / toddler room, I guess you could say. We also have a smaller room that we could turn into a toddler room, like if we have an older toddler. We will do that, but for now we're just planning on using the one room and kind of see how that goes. But then again, if we have like a younger baby and then like a toddler and they just sleep in the same room and the baby wakes up a lot, or the baby wakes the toddler up a lot, it might just be better to have separate rooms. So something we have been working on is the other room, and we will see about that. So anyways, getting back to the process. So we had the fire inspection, and then that's when we were waiting for packet 4, I think. Unless that was on packet 4. I can't remember. But I wish I would have like written all this stuff down so that I could share it with you guys later. But yeah, and then but right after the fire inspection, we had our home study. For our home study, the first half of the home study was interviews, and my husband and I went to the agency. We each had an interview separately. That's what I was most nervous about, because they want to know you as a person, and they want to know everything about your life, and you have to share everything. That's what I was told, and that's what I've seen people share, which I'm very thankful that I saw those things, because I was preparing my mind and my heart for that. And the thing is those questionnaires that we did, those 50 questions, I mean, we were completely honest in there, and we were going to be completely honest during our interviews, because why would you lie? Like, why? They have to know who you are, to know that they can trust you with children. And if you lie about something, it's going to come to light. So, yeah. So I went in, and I'm thinking I have to share all this stuff and just, I don't know. So I went in, and I really only had a few questions. Not as many questions as I thought. It probably took about an hour, but it was just like having a conversation, sharing a few things. Most of the things were on our questionnaire. So like I already answered most of the questions, and it was not that bad at all. Not what I expected, way better. So glad. I'm pretty sure that's how everything goes, it seems like, but you always worry a little bit, and then it's like, it was no big deal. So same thing with the home study part 2. They came to our house. We had a checklist. They just looked for that checklist and wanted me to give a tour, and it was over. It was quick. It was to make sure that we are not weird people doing weird things that people might do when they go to jail or different things like that. When I say that, I mean like one thing that I heard of from, I think it was, I don't know if it was an article or another YouTuber, like somebody having a snake, like saying that they don't have any like crazy animals at their house, like exotic or whatever, but then having a snake like in their cupboard or something like that, or like just like having things that might be worrisome for safety, or but what I mean by that is not little things or things that we might think of like, oh, I have to put like a bumper on this corner so that the toddler doesn't hit their head. Not like that. It's like, you know, things that might worry the workers, like cages. Like, why would somebody have a few big cages? You know, just, I don't know, stuff like that. So she came, it was good. And yes, I was really nervous, but it's really not bad. Just clean your house. It doesn't have to be scrubbed a million times. I did scrub our bathroom for like 3 hours, and I really didn't need to. I thought she was gonna look like a lot at our bathtub, and we have an old like bathroom, and there's stains, and they don't come out, and it was driving me crazy at the time. And I was like, oh no, we're not gonna pass our home study because our bathtub has these stains. Just like, yeah, that's not what they're looking for. I mean, it'd be different if it was like dirty, but things have stains. They want a safe house, a clean house, you know, but not super perfect clean. Just safe, mainly safe. And not only do they look at your house, but they look at you as a person. You know, are you a loving person? Are you a gentle person? Are you going to get angry with the kids? Are you going to be patient with the kids? You know, why are you doing fostering? Things like that. Like, is it for personal gain? Or, you know, is it because you really care? By personal gain, I mean, are you doing it for the money? Which doesn't make sense anyway, because you'd make a lot more money just working. Or having a daycare like business at your home, or babysitting. It just, yeah. So that's kind of what they look for. Our home study went really well. The agency has been great to us. We're very thankful for that. And yeah. Let's see, what else can I share with you about our journey? Well, because we waited so long, we were like the longest waiting foster parents after, like, for the background that they've ever had. And because Wisconsin took so long to get back. And they've never had anybody from Wisconsin, but now they have somebody in classes from Wisconsin, so they're like, okay, we let them know, like, hey, it might take a while, just so you know. Which is just so cool that they will let them know that, you know, just like those things really matter, because that's going to help that family be more prepared that, okay, we have to wait and be patient and not expect, because if you expect it, like, okay, it takes about 3 weeks to get background check, then after 3 weeks, you're like, oh my goodness, like, that's what we went through. So, yeah, so while we wait for our placement, we're just trying to prepare our hearts and minds to become great foster parents. We're praying about it, and we just really want to love these children well, and we're just so excited to be a part of something that's so rewarding, and we just really want to help these children. This is a really hard time in their lives, and it's just sad that they have to be in this situation. And no matter what the route takes, we will do everything we can for them. We are doing foster to adopt, and what that means, for you that don't know, is foster to adopt means, like, okay, you want to foster, but you are willing to adapt, or open to adapting, I should say, if like the parents terminate their rights, or things like that. That just means that you wouldn't have to go through more steps to get to be able to adapt in the future. You're already kind of set up with the paperwork and things. You would still have paperwork to do, obviously, for adoption, but it would, like, you wouldn't have to do another home study for adoption and things like that. So that's why we're doing foster to adopt, because we obviously want to love these kids well, and the goal is reunification. But if for some reason reunification can't happen, and the parents terminate their rights, or their rights are terminated, then obviously we would be open to adopting the children, because we would love them and take care of them as we would our own. And whether it goes towards reunification or adoption, that is not something that we really think about that much. It's just kind of like we'll see what happens. We're just so excited to come along these kids, and not only that, but to pray for their parents. And we just want to be helpful. But we also want to protect the child. So I know every situation is different. And we just trust God in the process. We're just so joyful and happy to be a part of this journey. So anyways, I'll be sharing more videos. Pretty soon I will do a video of the nursery. Let me know if there's any other videos you want to see. And I would love to share more with you. I wasn't that well prepared for this video, so I'm just kind of like talking about what I think of and rambling, and just but let me know, and I will talk to you guys soon. Subscribe and like. Thank you. Bye.